It's 9 in the morning. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am filming a video that is long awaited for me. It's not long awaited for anybody else because nobody else really knew. But so I went skydiving yesterday, and I got my video because obviously I had a video taken. It's the first time I'm jumping out of a plane for no good reason. I'm about to take a video of it. So I had the video, the GoPro video taken, and I had it sent to me last night. It was like 10 o'clock, but I was so exhausted after yesterday. I haven't looked at my video yet. I haven't looked at any of my pictures, and I wanted to do a reaction video for you guys and then talk about my experience. I figured it would be more fun to do a reaction video because I don't know. I just wanted to. So that's what we're doing. I originally had my skydive planned for the actual day of my birthday. I didn't get to do it on my birthday. It was raining my birthday, so we ended up having to reschedule. So I was going with my mom and my brother because my mom had wanted to go skydiving for a long time, but she wouldn't book it, and then she was trying to back out, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just book it for my birthday because at that point I had decided that I really wanted to do it. I had to reschedule it for August 21st, and then that day we were getting a hurricane the next day. So the weather was really iffy. It was cloudy, and I called them and we rescheduled it for the 4th, which was yesterday, and it was a beautiful day. So let's get into it. Oh my god, I'm so scared. Why was this man taking pictures of the sky? Look at this. Okay, we're gonna make this full screen here. All right, so this is just the facility. That's my brother. That's me, my mom, and my brother. We're kind of moving. He said give us a lot of energy, and so I was giving a lot of energy, but that meant move around. So yeah, so there we are. There I am being hype. He told us to give each other high fives. That's me. Oh, that's actually a really cute picture. Me giving my mom a high five. This is like right before we were about to go, so they had to stand in front of here and like take pictures. We had literally waited all day. Like our class time was at 12:30, but I don't know what was going on here or if this is like the standard for other places, but they say to plan to spend your day with them, and they mean it. So like if you ever go skydiving and the website says prepare to spend your day with them, prepare to spend your day with them. And by that I mean bring water, bring snacks, bring food, like because you're gonna get hungry. We were starving, but yeah, so we had been there basically since 12:30. That's just the sky. Oh my god. Okay, so this is when we're going up in the plane. This is terrifying. It wasn't really okay. So I had taken CBD because I had this one gummy from like this bookstore metaphysical shop that I go to, and I had seen it and I bought it, and I was like, well, I'm gonna wait for the perfect time to take this because, you know, I don't want to just, you know, take it just for shits and giggles, because I want it to actually be used for its intended purpose. It's nothing crazy, but I took it one time before a presentation in school, and it was like a presentation where we had to like have a conference with parents because I was an early childhood major, and everybody else was like super duper nervous, and I'm like, actually I'm not like that nervous. And I don't know if maybe it was a placebo from the CBD or if they actually helped like regulate my nervous system, so like I didn't get the physical nervous symptoms, but like I was like a little bit nervous in my head, but like I wasn't like shaking and like heart pounding. So I decided to wait to take this CBD until my skydive because I didn't want those physical symptoms of nervousness to appear. I didn't want to be shaking. I didn't want to feel weak. I didn't want to like have upset stomach or anything like that. As we're going up in the plane, I'm not as nervous as like I feel like I would have been had I not taken the CBD. So this is just me and my mom. That's Jerry. He was my my tandem instructor. They take so many pictures. It's very bright. We wasn't even halfway up at this point. So this just pictures the outside. Oh god. And this is when we started to scoot forward. So we're sitting there, and then the guy, my mom's instructor was like, she wants to go second, so you guys will go last. And I'm like, So I didn't want to go last. That's the last thing I wanted, was to go last. And here I am going last. But so my brother is there at the door now, about to jump out. And like, once I saw him jump out, I was like, you know what? Like, whatever. Like, it's fine. You know, we're just jumping out of a plane. And like, even looking out the window when we were going up, like, I wasn't nervous. Like, obviously, like, a little bit, because you're about to jump out of a plane. But and I feel like my nervousness was mostly like the anticipation of not knowing what to expect and not knowing what like it would feel like to be falling out of the sky. But yeah, so there's my mom. She says that in her pictures I looked terrified. Honestly, truly, I think I was just scared for her, because she was starting to have a little she was starting to go through it over there. She's holding onto her thing, and I could hear her from where I am. She's like, why am I doing this? Oh my god. And I'm like, you need to calm down. Like, you're scaring me, you're scaring your instructor. Like, just please keep it inside. But okay, so that's them going. That's me. I do low-key look scared in this picture. I didn't know he was taking pictures at that point, but apparently he was, and I was just not prepared. And look at him just smiling over there, and I'm just like, I'm about to jump out of a plane. Put me back on the ground. Okay, so there's my mom going. I was really worried that she was gonna like try and like not go, but then they just kind of went anyway. It took a minute for them to get out, huh? Oh, there they go. You can see their feet. Yeah, so the initial drop is like the scariest part, I think. That's me looking out at the horizon. That's me about to jump out of a plane. That's me hanging over the edge of the plane. That's him reminding me to keep my head back as we jump out of the plane. Look at my eyebrows. These goggles were like the worst, to be honest with you. This is me trying to put on a brave face. I'm like, okay, we're just about to jump out of a plane. Like, it's no big deal. It's fine. I got crystals in my bra. I brought my black tourmaline, my rose quartz to protect me. There's my instructor again. He was really nice. Ooh, that's me smiling, because I'm like, ooh, smile. Smile for the camera. It feels like it took forever for us to get out. Oh, there we go. Look at my face. Oh, I look like I'm enjoying myself there. Look at that. I forgot that I can move my mouth. I look like I'm enjoying myself. Oh, and now I don't. It don't look like I'm not enjoying myself. I just, cause I couldn't breathe. Like, ooh. Oh god. Because you can't breathe. Well, I couldn't, and my mom said the same thing, that it was hard to breathe during the free fall, because like you're just falling like really fast, and like you're not really expecting it, and they don't tell you how to breathe. So I'm just like because the air is just like hitting you in the face. It's like too much air. It's like, that's enough slices. But then at one point I realized that, like, as I'm looking like this, I realized that I am in fact on when did I put my hands up? Did I not do that? At some point it was when I realized that like I am indeed like on still on camera. Look at my face, bro. Oh look, there's the plane. Oh, okay, see, this is when I realized there's like the stark contrast between that picture and this picture. But you know what? He's feeling it too. He's not scared, obviously, because he's done this like 5,000 times, he told me, but like the contrast between like him and me in this picture and then both of us in this picture. But I look really happy in that picture. Oh, that's a really nice one. I like that. I like the sun in that one. He was really nice. I liked him. Woo! Can't breathe. Lots of peace signs. Honestly, that's all my brain could come up with. I didn't think of anything else. Then I did that one because I was like, look at my cheeks. Not the duck face. Oh, and that's when he pulled the parachute. Look at my boobs! Puppy's trying to suffocate me! This part is when like I'm really just trying to play it cool. Like, not that, you know, I wasn't having a good time at that point, but that's when I started to, like, that's when, like, the nausea really started to sit in, and I'm not really sure, like, why I started to feel sick. I guess just because I just jumped out of a plane, but, I just wasn't feeling that great, but, like, I was putting on, like, the face that I was. Like, he really thought that I was having a good time. He was like, you want to spin? And I was like, yeah, sure, I guess. For the experience, I will spin. Oh, look, there's me controlling it. It's a very intimate experience. Oh, look at me. Oh, look at him smiling. Look at us smiling together. We could be a happy couple. Me falling in love with anybody who does anything for me. He kept me alive. That means a lot. We're clearly meant to get married. He was showing me like Boston and stuff, and we were like talking about like how he does this like every day and how he loves it. He was pointing out to me my mom and my brother. They're like already on the ground at this point. I was in the air for like a long time. I'm not sure. I feel like the person who's in the air last, I feel like they get to spend the most time in the air. I'm not really sure why, but like even when other people were jumping, it would be like the rest of their group has already landed and they didn't jump that long after. Like I didn't jump that long after my mom and my brother. Maybe my brother, like it was like maybe a minute between him jumping and me jumping, but like between me and my mom it was like 30-45 seconds maybe, but like she was already like damn near on the ground and we're still all the way up in the sky. We're up here, they're down here about to land, and he's like, oh yeah, if you look down there, there's your mom and there's your brother, and I'm like, oh okay, and we're still all the way up here. That's fine, you know, don't bring me to the ground ever. Just kidding, do, because like I was starting to feel sick. Everything looks so small but also very big. Like the freaking trees and shit, like they look so big, like it felt like my feet would brush up against them, even though like I knew that I was like so much higher than them. And then there's houses over here, and I said, I was like, I wonder what those people think, because you know they have to see this every day. And he said that some of them like actually come and jump with them. There's grass on my mouth and nobody even told me. This what I'm saying when I say that it's like such an intimate experience with like a human being. Like this is a stranger and I basically have been in this man's lap and all up in this man's personal space for the last 20 minutes, 30 minutes maybe, because it takes like a while to get up to the altitude before you jump. And like now we're just sitting here on the ground. This man has not detached me from his parachute yet, and we're just sitting there. He's like, oh, you did it, you jumped out of the plane. And I was like, yay. And he's like, what was your favorite part? Man, I was sitting in your lap. Like, unless you want me to fall in love with you, you need to detach me immediately. And that's the end of the pictures. And now it's time for the video. And honestly, I think I'm more nervous to watch the video than anything. Oh, brother. All right, let's do it. I wonder what music they put on it. My mom making fun of my shoes over here. Okay, let's do it. They always put the weirdest royalty-free music on here. So, okay, that makes sense why all the pictures look the way that they do, because they're just video captures. He said, give each other high fives. All right, let's go. Ooh, their little transitions. Okay, we're gonna notice a theme in this, and that's my waving. I didn't know what else to do. They just put the camera in your face. I'm just like, look happy, look alive. There's my mom. You can't really see my brother like in any of my videos because he's in front of me. This was like a very weird part of it because you're going up and like there's nothing to hold on to, and I want to smack this man in the face, but see you waving again. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with myself. What am I supposed to do? And there's no audio, but like I'm like, oh, I'm about to jump on a plane. They do the mid. Oh, there's my brother. Look at us scooting. This man thrusting into me. There's my mom. She was freaking out. She was not doing all right. There they go. Yeah, she was not okay. Here we go. Oh my god, this is terrifying. Smile. Me struggling because I can't breathe, bro. I can't breathe. More waving. No, don't play it again. Yeah. This part is like the scariest part, I think, when you first jump out, because you're just falling out of the sky and you can't breathe. Oh, there's the plane. You're just falling. And then they tap you and they're like, put your hands up, smile, wave to the camera. It's probably like, this bitch keep waving. Like, you done said hello. Oh, There's a parachute. Oh, there's audio. Oop, I told my mom there's no audio. She said she was cussing up a storm. Oh, okay, there we go. We're spinning. Me pretending I'm having the time of my life spinning. Not that I don't like spinning, but like it's a little scary to spin because, not scary, but like you get dizzy really fast. And then we just kept like going around like in circles, and I'm like, okay, like put me down on the ground. Respectfully. Look at our little shadow. Me lying my ass off because everybody's like, would you do it again? And I'm like, maybe. Because I'm not gonna tell you yes. Okay, yeah, so that was me jumping out of an airplane. Now I guess we talk about it. To talk about it, we have to go back to the beginning. And in the beginning, I never wanted to skydive. It was never on my bucket list. It was never something that I ever wanted to do. In fact, I thought that it was a very dumb thing to do. And I'm like, they make you wear helmets as if that's gonna protect you when you whack your head on the ground after like you fell out of the sky when you're already dead. So never wanted to skydive, really, no. But then my mom was talking about it, and I started like watching videos of people skydiving, and I was like, well, maybe I would go. And then I started to like dive into like my perceptions of fear and the ways in which that I let my fears control me. And it was actually crazy because it was this one day where I was driving around, and I think I still have the clip. Look at that! What the fuck? I'm sick of the universe! I'm not sick of it. Actually, I love that. I'm very grateful that that is the sign that I see. My thing with skydiving, the thing that makes me feel like I should do it, I could do it, and I want to do it, is because I feel like it teaches you to get over that hurdle. It shows me that I can get over that hurdle, that this is one of the scariest things that I think that I could do. One of the scariest situations that I could put myself in on purpose that is safe in a controlled environment. Talking about fear and, you know, the reason why I'm gonna skydive, I feel like it's a start to conquering my fears because it shows me that like if I can do this, if I can jump out of a plane, I can do the scariest thing that I've ever imagined to do in my life. Well, one of, because there's certain things that I still will never do. Bungee jumping, never catch me doing that. But one of the scariest things that I could imagine to do, if I can do that, then I feel like that gives me leverage against myself, you know? Be like, well, I could speak up about this, but I'm scared about the reaction, so I'm not going to. But you jumped out of an airplane. Like, you did one of the scariest things that you can imagine to do. Is this scarier to you than jumping out of an airplane? If not, then you need to do it. Out there at 12:30, and then around like 4:15 was when we actually got harnessed up and everything, and then we went up. And so, like I said, I had taken CBD because I wanted to calm my nervous system. I didn't want to be like super duper nervous, but at that point, like I was starting to get like the butterflies in my stomach, but that was the only nervous symptom that I had. I also kind of had a little bit of a headache, but it wasn't anything crazy. So we finally get into the plane and we're going up, and I'm not super duper nervous, honestly. I'm like looking outside, I'm like, oh, okay, come, this is fine. It was my turn, and we scoot up, and I'm just like looking out over the little ledge. I'm like, huh, okay, I'm about to jump out this airplane, that's fine, this is cool. Then you jump. Well, basically you fall, you don't really jump. It is a dive, because like at first, like you're just kind of like going straight down, like kind of orienting yourself. Well, they're orienting us. I'm not doing anything. I'm just here for the ride. That part was probably the scariest part for me, just because you're just falling out of the sky and like your stomach doesn't drop. Well, my stomach didn't drop, but like it was just more nerve-wracking than any other part, like because you're just falling out of the sky. When I first landed, I feel like I was kind of in shock that I had just jumped out of an airplane. And also, like, when I had first landed, like I said, when after we had jumped and we were like floating down, I was starting to feel nauseous, which I think is just a normal response to having just done something that drastic. My body's like, why the fuck did you just jump out of an airplane? Like, what? So I everybody's like, oh, would you do it again? I'm like, maybe. Right now I just need to sit down, and also because it's hot, so like I had a little bit of a headache too, because when you're all the way up there it's really cold, but like as you come back down, like it gets warm again because it was warmer that day. After we like sat down for a little bit, after, I was a little bit better. And then we got our certificates, mine's over there somewhere, and then we went home. So like overall, I think that it was a pretty good experience. I think after seeing the video, that helped like solidify it in my mind that I had actually done it. I think, like I said, that I was just kind of in shock that I had done that after I did it, because even like once I had jumped and we were like in the car, I'm like, I couldn't connect back to the experience. Like I couldn't connect back to it in my brain. I couldn't feel what I felt falling out of the airplane. But like after watching my video and stuff, I feel like I would do it again. Not like anytime soon, but I wouldn't like discount like doing it again. It's an interesting experience, and like after you do it once, like you know what to expect. So when I did it again, it would be like, okay, well I've already done this before, so I know that the worst part is going to be jumping out, but once you do that, you just kind of coast and you're fine. So I feel like I wouldn't be as like anxious about doing it as I was. I would definitely recommend for anybody who thinks about skydiving to do it at least once. I think that even if like I was scared, because originally I was like, I mean, I would recommend for people to do it just simply because you have to formulate your own opinion about how you feel about doing it, but I'm not sure that I would do it again. But like now I'm like, I definitely recommend it for people, because once again, you have to formulate your own opinion about how you feel about it, and it's scary. It's very scary, but I feel like it's one of those fears that we can ignore, because there's certain fears that are valid. Like, I'm not gonna walk down an alley after dark. I'm not gonna walk down an alley when it's light outside. But jumping out of a plane with a parachute and knowing that I'm safe, that I'm perfectly safe, and that these people do it multiple times a day, made me like, it makes it like more bearable, I guess. Like it makes it so that you can kind of ignore that fear. And like, just as I suspected, once you jump out of the plane, for me at least, like there was no need for fear anymore, because I already did the thing that the fear was trying to stop me from doing. So what am I scared of now, you know? Overall, it was a good experience. It's definitely something that I am going to carry with me. I'm really, really glad that I did it. I'm really proud of myself for doing it too. I'm proud of my mom for doing it too, because she was real nervous, and my brother, because I never really thought that he would be interested in doing that, but he did it, I did it, my mom did it, and I'm super duper proud of us all for going through with it and doing it. And I'm super duper thankful for our trainers for keeping us safe and just being really cool, because my trainer was really cool. That was my experience skydiving. I hope I can inspire somebody to do it, because I feel like whenever I see people jump out of planes, it's like people who don't feel the nervousness the same way I do, or I perceive that they don't feel the nervousness the same way that I do. I feel like as an average person, I'm qualified to give average person advice. So if you're an average person like me, you scared of doing things, it's average anxious person approved. Jumping out of a plane. I hope you appreciated it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed hearing about my skydiving experience. And if you've ever been skydiving, or you're interested in going skydiving, let's talk about it in the comments down below. What was your experience like? What are your fears going into it? And let's just have a conversation. Anyways, yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. I will not be jumping out of a plane in that video, maybe, but yeah, bye. That was crazy.